Reckless talk. Son of a Gustin. Hey, reckless talk. But I got expensive habits. Don't step in salt.
All right, people, the Champions League is here. The Champions
Come on.
League is here, Rich, bro, man. Rich, man, say, what are you up to, man? How you feeling, man? How is everything on your end?
Yes, sir. Finally, the Champions League is here, man. 7 years in the waiting, 7 years in the making. I'm very excited to be back in the Champions League, under the
Yeah.
lights tomorrow at the Emirates. It's been a long time for the fans, and I know everybody can't wait to see.
Yes, Rich. So you are
7 years,
saying?
yes, 7 years in the making, man. It's been a long time. We've been waiting for so long because the last time we were in Champions League, man, I was in high school. I was not even in university, and that was like 7 years ago. I was in high school. I didn't even know real football. I was a football fan, but not to this extent, And can't imagine that we are back again, and we are the only London team representing the Champions League, man. Tell me how you're feeling.
Hey, man, it's a really good feeling. But the 7 years, man, where was I in 7 years? But I think I was still in campus. I hadn't started working yet. But no. Actually, I think I was actually finalizing campus. I was in my last year by the of campus. But anyway, man, we are getting into our ages and now feeling, it's very easy for someone to calculate and know exactly how old we are. But anyway, it is what it is. Bro, yeah, man, the Champions League is here. It's really an exciting feeling. So now we're actually meeting PSV, by the way. We're meeting PSV. We've met these guys actually, by the I'm looking at the stats here, but on my phone. We've met these guys. So first of all, by the game is tomorrow at 22 hours East African time. It's home, it's at Emirates. So man, man, what a feeling, Bana. What a feeling. Yes, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, tomorrow when it reaches 22:00 hours and that anthem starts, that moment, bro, I'm sure I might be tearing down. Might be tears in my eyes. I just can't believe it. It's been long, man. Who even knows the anthem for Europa League? Nobody knows because nobody cares. But the Champions League, just know it often, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Man, it's a good feeling. So the thing is this, my bro, I want us to do a quick match review. We're basically meeting PSV. I think this is a team by there that we can, if we just put ourselves together and just put everything. If Ateta just prepares his team well, this is a team that we should comfortably by there go through. So basically, let me just go through a quick overview. So win probability. The reason I'm saying by the way we stand a very high chance, but of actually beating these guys is because looking at the win probability, we stand a 70% chance, and then PSV stands a 12% chance. Then now head-to-head record, we basically played 2 matches with these guys, and it says we had 1 win, 0 draws. PSV equally had 1 win as well, yeah. But in Europa League, that was last year actually when we were playing Europa League, we beat them 2-0. I'm sure everybody remember these days. And then still in Europa League, by the way, we beat them 1-0. So, bro, tell me, man, what do you make of these stats? Do you think this is a team that you should comfortably look? Not even actually PSV. Looking at our group, by the way, do you think we should top that group?
Well, starting first from the group that we are in, I think we are in Group F. I'm not sure. Sindio?
Yes.
We are with Sevilla, PSV,
no, we're actually in group. Sorry, Ridge. We're actually in Group B.
Group B, actually, exactly. Group B. It's Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and the other one. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we'll get those. Yeah.
Looking at that group, I've seen Man U fans trolling, because they are playing with Bayern. They're same group with Bayern. Arsenal, Europa is not leaving you. You have the same group, like it's giving Europa League. And I'm there,
Yeah,
and I was there looking at them like, we will see at the end of the season who's gonna be in the Europa League and who's gonna be in the Champions League.
yeah,
If you looked at the Sky Sports analysis of the
yeah,
Champions League this year, we were given the third best chance of winning the Champions League this year. The first
yeah.
team to that was given a higher probability of winning the Champions League was Manchester City. Real Madrid
Mm-hmm.
was second, and then Arsenal was third. Even after not, even after being away for 7 years, we
Yeah,
are ranked the third most likely team to win the Champions League this season, and
yeah,
and that for me is good news. And that goes out to show the kind of work that has been happening since led
yeah,
by Mikel Arteta to
yeah.
to build up the club back to its glory and to
Mm-hmm.
bring us back to sleep. And in that
Yeah,
group, I really believe the only tough team that we have there is Sevilla. Sevilla is not an easy team.
yeah.
Quite
Definitely, most
physical.
definitely.
Europa League defending champions. They are Europa League masters.
Yeah.
And but I don't think they should give us a challenge because
Mm-hmm.
Arteta going toe to toe with a team like Manchester City.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City here they thrashed them. So I
Yeah,
think that is a game.
yeah.
That is a group we can comfortably top if
Mm-hmm.
Arteta plays the right cards, and does not underrate these teams because the Champions League, you see what happens is a team like Maccabi Haifa can come
Mm-hmm.
and beat boom 1-0. They
Yeah,
score one,
yeah,
their only win of the Champions League. They will go and celebrate for 2 years because they beat Arsenal.
yeah,
Arteta
man.
needs to sleep on these other teams
Mm-hmm.
and go that winning mentality that we've been
Yeah,
having since last. Yeah, so we should
yeah,
easily top that B.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So, like, the thing is this. Basically, it's quite an interesting week because now we're going to be having two games in a week. This week, actually, by the way, there's the North London Derby. We're actually meeting with Spurs. So,
yes,
man, we basically need to treat by the both games with the utmost seriousness. All right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now
That's very. Uh-huh.
we need to, yeah, exactly. So now, this is not a team, but they, like, the thing is this, bro. I just don't want us to by there to be in the Champions League for the sake of being in the Champions League. You just said it clearly by the Sky Sports actually rated us by there to be the third, the third team by there, which stands a high chance about of actually winning the Champions League, right? So, man, I
Yes.
basically want us to compete. So you actually said it right. Arteta basically needs to organize his team and organize his team well because remember, it's going to be tricky because there's the Premier League. At the same time, the Premier League needs to be treated with the utmost respect. The Champions League equally needs to be treated with the utmost respect. By the way, so there's no room by there for games for both the leagues. So now it's going to be tricky by the way because now looking at the good news is we have very good squad depth right now. So at least we're able to
Yeah.
rotate. And you see what Arteta has been doing with all this trial and error kind of thing. It's I'm slowly but surely actually buying into what he's doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just wanted to actually just project some stats, but then I'll actually put this up in the screen. So like looking at this game with injuries, we actually only have three injuries as it states. Not even three injuries. Let me just say four injuries. So the first injury by this Thomas Partey definitely is actually out for 6 weeks. Juro and Timber most likely by they done by there for the season. It's really sad by there to say that if there's any player by there I really wished actually by the way we had fit was Juro and Timber. Then now we
Yes.
have Mohamed El Neni, who's equally injured as well. And then most recently by the Martinelli actually picked an injury for the game we played versus Everton. So now, do you think these injuries is something quite serious that probably maybe make us lose tomorrow's game?
Well, the first thing is that in tomorrow's game, PSV is not a hard team to beat. So I don't
Yeah.
expect Arteta to go all out, with the
Mm.
first team of Saliba, play that squad. Basically, I expect him to go easy, because I believe they have been training the same
Yeah.
way. Saliba comes in and plays. In the same way, I expect someone like Kivior to come in and play. And in tomorrow's
Yes.
game, I want to see Ateta playing with Saka at the right wing, Martinelli, Trossard at
Mm.
the left. I expect him to go a bit slow because we have the home advantage. The first thing you have to remember is that we are at home. Despite all
Yeah.
these injuries, PSV is an easy game. Even though it's the Champions League, it can be tough. The home
Mm.
advantage we have, the kind of mentality that we have in the team, should be
Yeah.
something that should use to win this game. Bring on
Mm.
someone like Reece Nelson. I think should get more minutes in tomorrow's game. He should start
Mhm.
ahead of Saka.
Mhm.
Considering that we have the North London derby on Sunday.
Mm.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, expect a full squad rotation for tomorrow's game,
Mm. Yeah.
such that if Saliba is coming on, he's not coming on to play for 90 minutes of the game. Plays like
Yeah.
6 and he's out, someone else comes in.
Yeah.
Or if he's there, or he does not feature completely. Because
Mm.
we cannot afford to have these players playing game in, week out. They're playing,
Yeah.
Thursday or Tuesday and then Saturday or Sunday. If they
Mm.
play all those, it might catch up with us in next year. But then the
Mm.
good thing is that we have good squad depth,
Mm.
and in a position like the CDM in tomorrow's game, I don't expect to see uh, Declan Rice starting. I
Mhm.
want to see Jorginho starting in that game. I want to see
Yes.
Ateta
Exactly.
in
Exactly.
because that is why we
Exactly.
have him. And I believe someone like Jorginho is a leader. He has that elite mentality to win,
His
and
experience.
he's not. Yeah, and the experience, and he's not been whining and saying he's not getting any minutes because he
Mm.
knows his time is coming. This
Mm.
that is where we need him the most. We need him
Yeah.
to come, do the job, and push through the group stages
Yeah.
because we need to get through the group stages first. But at the same time, we need to keep pushing Man City for the title league because if they did a treble last season, why can't we
Mm.
do a treble? Because
Why
we
can't we?
can, we
Yeah.
really.
Why?
And now
Why not?
coming back, yeah, why not? Why
Why
not?
not? By the
We
way,
have,
why not?
and coming back to the injuries you said, you see
Mm.
someone like Thomas Partey,
Yeah.
apparently might be back after the international break that is coming up. There's another
Mhm.
international break that might
Yeah.
come up November. So I
Mhm.
believe Thomas Partey might be around January. That will be a
Yeah.
big boost. But then maybe
Definitely.
you might say, I don't know. Urian Timber too, I think he might be back on. He was not included in the Champions League squad, but then I saw that he can be added on in January if he
Mhm.
manages to have a quicker recovery, which we'll see him
Mhm.
maybe feature in the last few games of the season. So
Yeah.
having him in January might be a big boost. Martinelli, I'm
Mhm.
not sure about the injury on Martinelli. I've not really followed up. I'm not sure for how long he'll be out, but
Yep.
I'm really gutted for his injury because Martinelli is our key player.
Yeah,
He's
man.
featured in games for us after having a very bad injury in his first seasons. He's been
Mm.
consistent since then,
Mhm.
and I just
Yeah.
hope that he will be back as soon as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. By the way, the thing is this: like, we cannot afford. By the you actually spot on when you say that we cannot afford to just play players like the mistake we actually made last season with Europa League. Remember, by the way, for last season we basically didn't have squad depth, and we're just actually one injury away, and the whole team by the way was just disoriented. And remember, Saliba got an injury, but they during the Europa
Yeah.
League. That was the game we played versus Sporting. So, like, for such kind of games, that's the time by the way to give people like Akina Jorginho, people like Akina Reece Nelson. Remember, by the in Saka's position, by the way, uh, there's a video I did previously. By the end, my question by the, do you think Saka could be carrying an injury, because he basically looks he doesn't look fit. He doesn't look like the Saka that we're used to. Ask this question, by the way, and there's an update that was actually put up on Facebook, that chances are, by the way, he could be carrying an injury. Remember that during the England international break, he didn't play, but the last game versus, was it, which team was it? I don't remember, but he didn't play because say that again.
It was Scotland.
Yeah, versus Scotland, actually. He was rested by for that game, allegedly, but he could be carrying an Achilles injury. So, whoa, for such kind of games, for Champions League games, I think that's the time to now give players who've not been playing by them more minutes, because we have the Premier League game, especially this Saturday, man. The North London derby, and it's at home as well, man. So these are games you
Yeah,
cannot afford to lose.
yeah. You see, a team
Yeah.
like Tottenham form
Hmm.
is a game we should approach with the best squad we can. And in
Yeah.
tomorrow's game, which is a bit easier, we can
Yeah.
approach it with our team B. Bring
Mm.
on, bring on Jorginho, bring on Kai Havertz, bring on Vieira, bring
Yeah.
on Reece Nelson, put Jesus
Hmm.
at the forward, at the left wing. You can play with who can cover that. Trossard, Martinelli is not
Trossard, yeah.
around. Yeah,
Mm.
Trossard can.
Trossard.
One thing I like about Trossard is that, if to me, he feels he's like a hardcore guy. He's
Yeah.
Mekauka. Let me put it bluntly, a Mekauka.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
a good rotation. Ateta
Yeah.
should rotate that good for tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
Bring on. I don't want to see Saliba playing in tomorrow's game. Honestly,
Mm.
I want to see
Mm.
Saliba rest. You see, you,
Hmm.
you remember when we watched Manchester City games last season? Then
Mm.
the camera focuses on the bench. Just look at that bench and feel threatened. And that
Jose.
is what I see when you see now when they focus on our bench and they look
Yeah.
at you see.
Yes, go ahead. So you see Gabriel
Yeah,
Magalhaes. Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying, I'll be very happy when the camera focuses on our bench and you see Declan Rice, you see William Saliba, you see Gabriel Magalhaes, you
You
see
see Saka.
Odegaard, you see
Man.
Saka, you see
Yeah, man.
Ramsdale, you see. When you look at that bench, you feel intimidated because you
Yeah.
look at that team and you're like, that is the first team and that is the best team. And then coming
Yeah.
back on the ground, you look at the team that is playing, they are as equally as good as the team that is rested. That is the kind of
Facts. Facts.
Arsenal that that should be happening right now. After
Yeah.
all these years,
Yeah.
all the investments, that is the least you can expect from the team right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. All right. Just a second. My battery is actually, I'm losing charge by the way, my battery. So, Ridge, man, what are your score predictions by the for this game? Arsenal versus PSV.
For me, being at home under the lights after 7 years, I don't expect us to concede any goal.
Yes.
So we are going to keep a clean sheet and we are going to win. My prediction is 3-0 to the Arsenal. Reece
Mm-hmm.
Nelson will feature on the score sheet. Same to Kai Havertz and
Mm-hmm.
Odegaard. Those are my
All right.
scorers. 3-0.
For me, I actually predict 3-0 as well. Uh, I expect Trossard to score. I expect actually Havertz to score. And let me see. In Ketia probably equally score as well. Let me tell you one thing, but about Kai Havertz. The one of the most there's something I've had guys speak much about this, and I actually foresee it happening. Kai Havertz is going to be one of these players actually who, you see, one of those important games that we probably need. By the way, one of those important games, he's probably going to score in one of those games, and he's just going to basically have a 360 time by the way with the fans. I foresee that happening. And actually, by the foresee Havertz having a very good game for the Champions League. I actually foresee that.
Yeah, even me, I
Yeah,
believe Kai under in the Champions League might
yeah,
have a good run, and you might be
yes.
surprised the wins us the Champions League. Who knows?
Who knows, man?
You get-
Who knows?
you won it against,
He won it for Chelsea.
yeah,
He won it for Chelsea.
history
So why not?
can repeat
Yeah,
itself.
man.
Yeah,
You're
just
rich,
hope that
bro.
we back.
Yeah, man. Anyway, listen, that's our match preview, guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know about the squad selection. The road actually right now, but it's actually to 1,000 subs for the guys who already subscribed. Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.
Yeah, guys.
The champions!
Come on, man. Tomorrow's game.
Yeah,
I hope you don't miss that game, man. If you're a fan,
yeah,
don't miss that game.
yeah,
It's
man.
been a long waiting for so long.
There's
Yes.
no way I can miss that game, man. Actually, by day I'll be doing a watch along as well. So if you are you going to be watching it in the house, or where are you going to be watching it?
Hey, kwa nyumba aje. I'll be out there, man. I'll have to be out there. You must be
Well,
seen.
for me actually, but I think now I'll just do a watch along, but in the house. I'll do a watch along in the house. If anybody's interested by then doing a watch along with me, let me know in the comment section. I'll share the link so that we do the watch along as well.
Yes.
Yo, Rich, let me sign out.
Yes.
Peace, man. See you around, Banner.
The champions. Peace, brother. See you in the next one.
See you, man.